So just a little housekeeping from before. We have a new member. State code says a member appointed to the commission need not be resident of the county if the member is an owner or executive level employee of a convention visitor or tourism business located in the county. However, we found out we're going off the statute, and the county's ordinance conflicts with that. So we had to make a change. So welcome, Matt Simmons has been appointed by the mayor of Portland to fill that position. Also, as you know, as we've discussed, again by state statute, the appointments, no matter when granted, because there were empty seats and there hadn't been appointees for a while, can't put my finger on that, but it's let me see, so I can point it out. But the commission appointments begin, here it is, January 1st. The also calls for a staggering appointee schedule. So as required by Indiana code, on your place there is a screenshot from the state website listing all the appointees, who they're appointed by, and term expiration. So how that will operate is then if your term expires at the end of this year and you go to a reappointment, whoever that appointing body is will appoint you again or appoint someone else, and that term then will be 2 years. So then you have a stagger of the appointees as required by the state code. The other thing we need to do, and Missy Elliott is here because we're an oversight body for financial tax money. We need to swear an oath. So Missy's here from the clerk's office to administer that.
Yeah, if you'll all stand and raise your right hand. I'll just read it, and then at the end, if you guys want to say I do, and then I'll have you sign. I hereby swear or affirm to support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Indiana, and to faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge the duties of the Jay County Visitor and Tourism Commission to the best of my skill and ability.
I do. The next thing we need to do to fill the box, thank you, is appoint a vice chair. So I'll take nominations for that.
What is your job?
To be vice chair. All right, anybody else? Okay. All those in favor of making Matt vice chair, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Okay. Presented in front of you at your place today was minutes from our previous meeting, February 5th. Take a motion to approve. So, second? You got a second? Anyone in a second? Approve the minutes? I'll second it, I guess.
I'll second.
Okay, thanks. Got a motion, a second. All those in favor, so gonna say aye. Aye. Those opposed? All right, we've got an agenda here and a number of funding requests. I just wanted to go back just for clarity on this. Indiana Code 69184 under Convention Visitor Tourism Promotional Fund. Says money in a Convention Visitor Tourism Promotion Fund, Tourism Promotion Fund, or money transferred from such a fund under subsection B may be expended only to promote and encourage conventions, visitors, and tourism within the county. Expenditures under this subsection may include, but are not limited to, expenditures for advertising, promotional activities, trade shows, special events, and recreation. Also, guess that's the one that specifically comes to bear. The other thing too is, if in the minutes, when you take these down, Jane Ann, we'll need to report those as, and we'll bring it forward in council. And this is kind of the driver, all money coming in possession. This is section 7 of 6/19/18, 7. All money coming in possession of the commission shall be deposited, held, secured, invested, and paid in accordance with statutes relating to the handling of public funds. The handling and expenditure of money coming in possession of the commission is subject to audit and supervision by State Board of Accounts. I spoke to State Board of Accounts, and we'll send those forward as they're approved. Also, and this for as we get into these requests and the review of funds, it's 6/9/18/8, unauthorized transfer of use. Member of the commission who knowingly approves the transfer of money to any person or corporation not qualified under law for transfer or approves the transfer for purpose not permitted under law commits level 6 felony. A person who receives the transfer of money under chapter and knowingly uses that money for any purpose not permitted as chapter also commits level 6 felony. So it's relatively serious, and we just need to document any of those appropriations. In your packet, there is a review of the funds. It's a 2-pager. I've got some questions on that 2026 that I'll confirm with the auditor and forward. But you'll see that, on the innkeeper's tax report, approximately $150,000 in that fund currently, and it's being collected, as you can see, on a monthly basis. Obviously, our big months are July through October, given our festival season, but pretty steady. And a little down last month, but not terribly. As you look at the list, we're kind of trending on the same level that we were last year. So those monies are being held at the county auditors, just to give you a point of reference of what funding sources are available. So as I mentioned, we've got a number of requests for funding. First one is the Vintage Motor Bike Club. Is Tom here? So I spoke to Tom. He submitted this application. This is for assistance with the expenses of the annual Vintage Bike Show. They're paying it towards the rent of the fairgrounds, which this year is $8,000. So I would suggest we could open this for discussion, that we would allot them half of that to help offset their rent. The other thing I was going to tell you is there's been some discussions about potentially, there's a couple other organizations in this world that are struggling, and we are going to meet with them here end of the month through our swap meet and try to work with them to see if we can bring them in to the fold here. Now that's just talk, and there's been discussion, some interest, but who knows where that might lead. But that discussion is forthcoming. So I'll open up for any questions or concerns about the request. And I just brought that. If somebody else has another number in mind, please speak so.
Tom, what have you got here now?
Oh, there it is, Tom. I didn't see you over there.
You what?
You're high. If you wouldn't mind, Tom, come up here. I didn't see you down there.
Pretty hard to guess.
It's a little over 150. It says the sum of those two columns.
Okay.
Sorry, Tom. Yeah, I didn't see you sitting there. Hit that button, will you? Thank you.
Okay.
What have you gotten in the past from the tourism directors?
We have
As far
not,
as funds?
we have not received any funds from tourism.
In the last few years?
No.
No?
Tom, your swap meet dates,
That's Tri-State.
I thought you had a bike show swap date meet.
No,
Okay,
the bike show.
that was a discussion of
Our discussion of June.
I'm crossing over.
Yeah.
So that'd be the other thing is that we'll discuss, but to try to get those other gents to
Okay.
have a seat and discuss, see about, memberships gone down, you know, it's a long running tradition here.
Membership, they've died off, and the same thing with both clubs.
Yeah. So hopefully there's an opportunity to do something and keep that going for a number more years.
Yeah, we pay all the bills and everything as far as the electric and the water. But it's getting harder and harder to do that.
Okay.
Tom, do you have an idea of what your average attendance is at the event?
Probably, maybe 900. We've got a membership of about 12, I think. But it's dropped down.
Is that through the gate or is that your exhibitors?
That's through the gate.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're usually exhibitors too. That's the thing.
Okay.
This may be helpful. I know when I spoke with Mr. Daniels about different events and the utilization of the Holiday Inn Express, he indicated that he obviously tracks that data. So if you would reach out to him, that probably will help you also to have some sense of what, it's bringing in, how many people are staying overnight, what.
Yes. I know there's several that stay there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And that'll be tracked, but
Okay.
we'll get you his contact. So
Okay.
thank you, Tom. Does anybody else have any questions for Tom?
Have you tried any place else too for money, or do you have any other
No,
alternatives?
no. We just try to adjust things and make it so we can make the bills. That's what we do.
Any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion including the amount of award.
Okay.
Oh,
I have
sorry.
several questions for Tom, but I do have one question before. I agree to give any money to an organization. In 6/9/18/6, powers of commission on expenditures, it does say in here something about an Indiana not-for-profit corporation.
No, it's let me find that.
So the money that's setting in the account right now.
It's a-
does not have to actually go to.
No, it's,
Organization in order for that.
which section are you looking
6/9/18/6.
at? 6, yeah. So, let's see.
So we have the power.
No, wait, which section? Because I marked like 3 of them. I'm just looking
Powers of commission and power expenditure. 6/9/18/6.
But which exactly?
This is on the end.
I got that. It's like powers of the commission's expenditures. Okay, it says, after its approval for a proposal transfer money according to this fund established from the treasurer. To any,
Or you just provided.
right, it's, this is a May, from that money from the fund of the commissioners or section shepherd to any Indiana nonprofit corporation to promote and encourage conventions. So that's if you, and I've confirmed this with Wes again this morning.
You did?
I did. That's a May. That's if you contract with a third party that's gonna promote tourism.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that our funds that you're saying that we can give
Yeah.
doesn't have to be to any nonprofit.
That's correct. And then it's so the other, going back to the, sorry, Tom, you don't need to stand there. I don't think. Back to,
Brian, before he leaves the area,
oh, I'm sorry.
Tom, the one thing I would ask, and I think incumbent upon all of us, be it the community or tourism board or commission, that we ask for a report after the event so we can know how it was spent, how many people attended, you know, just really an opportunity to explain about your event, how well it went.
We do that every event.
Okay, thank you.
And if you, to your point, at that point too, you're, under that 6.9.18.6, if you look at section 6 at the very top, that says the commission may. See that language?
Commission may.
Yeah, and then to Rita's point, number 7, well, number 6 is what I was going to, that's what you were talking about, and then number 7, to that point, is may require financial or other reports from any corporation that receives funds under this chapter. Now, going back to your other question is in 16.9.18.4C. And that says expenditures under the subsection may include but are not limited to expenditures for advertising, promotional activities, trade shows, special events, and recreation. Yeah. All right, so have a proposal here from our request rather from the Vintage Motor Bike Club, and I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve in the amount of $4,000.
Okay, got a motion to approve $4,000. Have a second? Second, all those approval, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Approved. All right, Tom,
Thank you.
yeah, sure, thank you. The second request comes from the Pinnville Pumpkin Festival. Glenda here by chance, she didn't think she could make it. So the Pinnville Pumpkin Festival, Glenda, as you see, chair requested $2,000. They are a nonprofit. Total cost of the entire festival is $9,620, pretty precise. That's probably where they were last year. And if you've been, it's a great event. They say the mission is to bring cheaper free entertainment to the whole family. And about 500 folks a day are attended. And they, at the back, you can see the breakdown of the things that they're asking the money for. Yeah. So, again, the request is 21% of the total cost of the expenses for $2,000. So, any discussion or questions?
Mark, do you know what you guys have given in the past?
I do not.
$2,000. That's why they work the Fiber Fest.
So they do work the Fiber Fest?
Yes, they do the food for the Fiber Fest.
Okay.
And that's how they earn the money, the $2,000 we give them, yes.
All right, any other questions? If having none, I'll entertain a motion to approve a request for $2,000. So, got a motion and a second? Second, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Those opposed? That passes $2,000 to the Pinnville Pumpkin Festival. Third, anybody from the Fair Board? President? There's a request, the Jay County Fair Board has put together a plan. In your packet there, the idea of this is to market with to people outside of Jay County with the goals of increasing hotel bookings, higher restaurant traffic and food sales, fuel purchase and convenience store spending, retail shopping, entertainment and recreation spending. And their plan is as below. They want to get a contract with a marketing company to capture images and videos of the buildings and grounds, create a brochure and marketing materials and grounds, so see a couple of the quotes there that they've received from a couple of different companies. Also, 2 quotes there from digital advertising vendors, and then a advertising in regional magazines for event planners, Midwest Meeting Guide, and a print ad in the guidebook. So they have, and then thing at the bottom there follows outline steps will ensure the increased rental of fairgrounds and bring additional people to Jay County to the fairgrounds. So the total request is a range of 5,700 to 10,000. Looks like they've got about 10, 11, 3, 12, 3, 13, 5 is what their estimated cost of this project is. So entertain any questions or discussions on this request.
Amanda, I know you're part of the fair board. Would you want to speak, or do you have any comments you would like to make?
Yeah, I wasn't a part of this conversation, so I don't know exactly what they, yeah, I think this was a part of the marketing team conversation, so I wasn't part of that one.
Okay, thank you.
So I can't really give a good one.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm looking at that right, but looks to me like the 5,700 is the ZXD media plus these down here, and the 10,000 is if they go with Rose
Goes with the rest. I think
So the top would be 10,000.
that's, yeah, okay. I
If I saw
double
it, I'm
counted,
sure.
I double counted. Yeah, you're right.
So, you know, the top end would be 10.
Yeah, you're right. That's correct. So they obviously probably go with the low equipment. So you're
Probably, you know.
5,700. Yeah. So that's correct. As Doug pointed out, under 1AI and II, there's 2 quotes for the same service. One from ZKD Media for 3,500, and one from Rose Creations. So it's two different quotes there for the same service. That's and I double counted the 78 and 35. That's where I came up with that. No. ZKD Media, as I recall, was one of the drivers behind the conception of Hudson Family Park back in the day, because I was in a meeting with him with Barry way back when. That gentleman helped with that 25 years ago. So it's just that's for that bigger piece, and these other pieces are digital and print.
Is this a request we might want to delay simply to provide them an opportunity to come and speak with us and to answer some questions?
I mean, that's perfectly fine. We'd probably need to do that relatively soon. If we're gonna do that, we're gonna call a meeting early next month. We're gonna do that to get them in. But we do have a couple other requests floating out there, so it didn't submit in time for the meeting, so we can
Okay.
do that.
I think I would be more comfortable with that, simply because we have some questions, and
Okay.
whomever is head of the marketing, do they have a chair of the marketing committee, or Amanda, do they have a chair of the marketing committee most probably that can come and speak to this?
Yeah, Dylan's the one that submitted
Okay,
it, so
He's at school.
he couldn't make it today, yeah. He's teaching.
Okay.
I mean,
So is that,
yeah, that's fine because, I mean, I'll be honest, a lot of times I don't like to see us fund the total request.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But yet at the same time, if you give them half of it, they don't have the other half, that was a waste too, so you need to know, you know, can you do it if we give you half, and if you can't, then we have to rethink, but, you know, I like to see other avenues pursued too, but.
okay.
So
I
that's
will
what
say,
I'd like to-
speaking to marketing costs, I mean, marketing is very expensive. I mean, we're looking into doing some marketing for the chamber, and it's a high price, especially when you're phasing it in. Like to utilize local services, even, it's very pricey to market well. and to put out good quality marketing for our county. So it's a pricey thing, so.
And I don't know that any of us are opposed to funding it at some level. I simply think that there are some questions that could be answered that would make the decision.
Sure. Well, I will say, I should know just as an aside on this, I recently met with a gentleman who runs tourism in another county, just to pick his brain a little bit, and I was surprised, the difference in our funding. We're 3 times, of what they are, and another rural county, but they have tourist attractions, and I think what I'm getting to is that driver, and it was presented by the Fair Board Commissioner meeting last month, about the economic impact is pretty large. And that if you look at our cash flows, that's where it's coming from. And so, that's my 2 cents. Anything we can do to help and promote that more, I think would be beneficial. But you just want to make a motion to table it, and we'll.
Yeah, I would move to table it and with them being present to answer
Okay.
questions at the next meeting.
Yeah, that's a second from them.
Second.
Second, thank you. All those in favor, say aye.
I mean, that said, we know that the fairground's a big driver in the county.
Didn't we just approve $4,000 for the bike show?
Yeah.
That you're gonna use to pay the fairgrounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, there's many things, commissioners said that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, there's no doubt it's just maybe a little more info on how we're doing.
Yeah. Okay, we'll table that until the next meeting. Next is Portland Rockets. Do you have is there somebody from the Rockets here?
Excuse me, can I have a second to address?
No, sir. Thank you. There's somebody from the Rockets present. I talked to Drew Hall a couple times about this. The Rockets have requested funding for their to the Booster Club. The purpose is the market is the Firecracker Classic Baseball Tournament. They did talk to Scott Daniels